All right, good evening, guys. This is Joette with Ballooncoach.com, and today I'm going on with a free webinar because it's an important topic that I really wanted to speak to as we are going through some unknown territory with the coronavirus and shutdowns around the world of large events being canceled. So I want to talk about steps that you can take for resilience, all right? So I think most of you know who I am. I am Joette. I am the owner of Ballooncoach.com. I am with Party People Events, serving as their marketing manager since 2015 when I sold the company, and I've been in the industry full-time since 2003. So I've been through difficult times before, but I'm not going to say that they compare anything to what we're going through now, but I have seen our industry go through tough times and survive in the past. I am the producer of the Balloonboss Pro Summit that's coming up in November in Orlando, and I can't wait for everybody to get back together again. And I do coaching through my Balloonboss Mastermind group coaching program. So tonight, what I'm going to do is just share some information on resilience. And I first want to define that. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, and it's a toughness. It's the ability of a substance or an object to spring back into shape, like elasticity. So this is something that I'm encouraging us all to work on and have personal growth over the next few months as we go through these struggles and these different situations that we're not used to, is the more that we prepare our bodies, our minds, our businesses to be resilient and to recover quickly from difficulties, and we give ourselves the ability to spring back into shape, the better off we're going to be. I understand that it is stressful. Believe me, I have stress too. But over my life, I've had a lot of stressful situations, and I have learned that during those stressful situations, if I keep a positive and growth mindset rather than fearing the negative, I find that I do much better. So I'm a person who will continue over this time period to be on as a source of inspiration, hope, joy, and encouragement to help you keep going through this and as we travel this together. So my logo with Balloon Coach got upgraded a while ago. Thank you, Stephen Mayhew. Stephen Mayhew, many of you guys know, works with LA Balloons as their marketing person, and he has a background in graphics. And I had told him this summer when I was traveling on my trip that I wanted the Balloon Coach logo to represent how I'm there for other people. And so the star is two people coming together with a high five with the balloon. So it's that we're coming together and that I want to celebrate you and be with you on this journey to success. And the sun rays in the background is about you growing a thriving balloon business. And so that yellow sun is there to represent thriving. And that we're winding on this road together of the journey to success. And that right now I do kind of feel like we are in one of those valley situations, but we're doing it together so that eventually we can be back on top on the summit as we go through the situation. So it's kind of interesting to me that I had the logo redone, and that Stephen Mayhew did an amazing job with it of being able to represent the things that I wanted in it. And I wanted you to understand now, when you see that Balloon Coach logo, what it represents, that it's you and I, all of us in our community, walking this path together. And that yellow sunshine is there, that ray of hope of us growing our thriving balloon businesses. And I just want you to remember that as we go through this time together. So think about this for a second. Somebody was telling me the other day that they thought that they may have been the cause of this widespread stop in everything, because they had been hoping for a pause button to be hit, because their life is so busy and crazy, both personally and in business, that they felt like they needed a pause button. Have any of you guys ever had that feeling where you just wish things could just stop so that you could take a breath and be able to do the things that are on your to-do list? I don't know if you're like me, but I have a lot of sticky notes and notepads and to-do lists that are around me, and that typically my to-do list is more than I can humanly accomplish in a 24-hour period. Anybody on this call able to relate to that? Just say yes. Lena's like, yep, I'm there. So the other day, Sue Bowler put out this wonderful graphic, and I thought it was so appropriate, so I've been sharing it with others. Let us all do our part to help and encourage one another. Together, we will overcome this trying time and emerge stronger. And I think that this is so relevant to the balloon industry, because the balloon industry, from my experiences since 2003, it's full of amazing people with the biggest hearts, with a spirit to help, encourage, and lift others up. I mean, look at it, guys. We get paid to help people celebrate the most memorable moments of their lives and to bring joy to the world. So what a better time for us to band together and to help lift each other up than a time like this. So I really believe strongly that as we go through this situation, that yes, there are going to be tough times, but if we do it together, we're going to be able to overcome things and come out of this situation even stronger. I think about the athletes who train to do physical fitness, like to do the bodybuilding competitions, right? As they are growing their muscles, they actually tear their muscles down to then build them back up. So I kind of feel like that's kind of the situation we're at right now, that as we go through this, we're going to find out what some of the holes are in our business or in our savings plans or in our lives. And we're going to be able to work on those situations to come back even more strong and resilient in the future. So some days you just have to create your own sunshine. This is an arch that I made for a client many years ago for their daughter's birthday, and they wanted that sun and the ombre arch outside of their beautiful home. And this is a picture that I look back at often when I'm having a gloomy day and I need to create my own sunshine. So during this time period, surround yourself with images and people that lift you up and encourage you and help create that sunshine even on your darkest days. So the first thing I'm going to encourage you to do, you can write this down in a note, and I will also put this list up later for you, is that this is a time that you may be needing to focus on your family. Have meals together, exercise together, do spring cleaning of your house, work on craft projects, and create gifts for the future to use for birthdays, thinking of you, Christmas, Easter. Do yard work so that you can get out and have some fresh air. Work on photo albums. What a wonderful gift to give your family members or your children. Do family games. Either create a game or pull out the board games that have been sitting on the shelf collecting dust. Read together. Dance, laugh, and sing. Put on the music and enjoy every day, bringing some type of uplifting into your home. Call your extended family that you haven't talked to in a long time and catch up. Maybe even do a virtual family reunion via Facebook or an online meeting, and help your neighbors. This is a time where the people around us who are elderly or who have disabilities or aren't able to totally care for themselves, this is a great time for us to step up and help them out. So when it comes to our business, here's what I want to suggest. I suggest that you make sure that you have a policy in place for your current customers for rescheduling. So if you currently have a plan where it's like so sad, no money back if you cancel, this is the time to use the human side of things and to be understanding and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to waive my policy, and because of these circumstances beyond both of our control, I'll go ahead and let you reschedule this event for the future. Keep the money in your bank, but then they have the voucher to use that for a future date, and be really clear on how they are going to be able to do that with you. The other thing that Robert shared today in a Facebook group was that he has found that if he picks up the phone and talks to his clients rather than just sending an email, that works out much better because they can hear his voice tone, they know the situation he's going through, and they see the human side of it, and they're much more apt to go for keeping their money in the bank with you and having that credit towards a future event. Communicate with the events that you currently have on the books for the summer and fall to see if they are changing dates, and just stay in the loop with them. Communication is key. Decide what services you will or will not be offering during this time. I was just told before coming on this by someone that they saw that Party City is now closing its doors for 2 weeks. I haven't personally seen that information yet, but it's out there. So something for you to think about is if Party City is closing their doors because they know people aren't having the large parties and picking things up, two things can happen. One of the things is this could be an opportunity for you to fill that void where people are still wanting to have balloons that you're able to offer them. But I just want to put that word out there for you to be safe with it. And there are some steps that you can take to make sure that you're not passing on the virus to other people and that they're not passing the virus on to you by using universal precautions and not coming in contact with other surfaces and other people. So what I'm encouraging you to do is if you are in an area where you are able to still make deliveries, that I want you to do it safely to protect yourself from getting the virus yourself or transmitting it to someone that you care about. So some of those things you can do is deliver items that get set up outdoors, and you can tell the person what time you're going to be there, but they need to stay inside while you're setting it up. And then after you have it set up, take your picture, get into your vehicle, and then say, hey, it's done. Or have deliveries that you put into a bag and leave on their front porch for them. Or that, you text them, hey, I'm coming up to your door, and then set it on the door. And then when you get out back to your car, you can give them a call, hey, open up your door and your stuff is there. So just be smart about what you're doing. Update your website. How many of us have said, oh, if I only had time, I'd have new pictures on my website. Only if I had time, I would do my SEO. Only if I had time, I'd go back and listen to the past Balloon Coach webinars and listen to how Brandon tells me to update my website and talk about how to do my social media, right? So many of us have been waiting for time. So this is the time. Make the list now, the ones that you want to listen to, and daily go in there and binge listen to those webinars and then take action on those steps that you can do. I strongly encourage you to continue daily putting up social media posts. Right now, people are on the internet and on Facebook and Instagram more than ever because a lot of them are not working. Teachers, they're home, at least here in Florida. My husband's a teacher and his spring break's not till next weekend. He's already out of school and we just got notice today that it's going to at least April 12th. Kids are at home driving their parents crazy because their parents aren't used to being at home with their children. So they are looking for outlets. So during this time, we can be a ray of hope for our communities and our followers by being an uplifter and staying positive. So I encourage you that as you decide to work at home on new balloon designs that you've learned about, but you've never created them yourself, and you want a picture of your own work, then make those designs. Take those photos and post them. Or go back in and look at your old designs and put some cute wording with it and post them. Canva and PicMonkey are two of the editing programs that I use to make my graphics often by putting on my watermark or by putting words with it. So be creative and have fun with that. And it doesn't always have to be about balloons. It can be something silly and fun also, just to bring humor. It could be that you give a tip to parents on games and activities that they can play with their kids. You might make up a coloring sheet that you send out for people to download that has your logo and a beautiful image of balloons that they can color. Think of things outside of the box that you can do to help your followers, your friends, get through this time of kids being isolated in the house. If you are looking at ways to take care of old inventory that you have, you may put together activity kits where you either blow up a balloon ball and 2 bats for the kids to play with, or create some other game or activity that you can deliver those balloons with a hand pump for them to make it themselves, or things already pre-inflated for the kids to play with to keep them busy. Schedule out your social media posts for future holidays and event seasons. Yes, at some point this will be over, and the more time you spend now preparing and doing all the things on your list that you said you were going to do but don't have time to do it now. Put it on auto, and it's going to be ready to go out to promote for you. Write blogs on past events that you've done and promote upcoming holidays. Graduation season right now, you've got the people who are the class of 2020 preparing to graduate. Most of them, their colleges are not in session physically anymore. They've moved home with their parents or they're in their apartments and they're learning online and they're not in the actual classroom setting. The high school students getting ready to graduate are at home, not taking tests, not being in classes, and their families are feeling let down that they're not being able to go through some special things like prom and homecoming, or prom and graduation possibly. So how are ways that you can make 2020 items that you can then deliver that they can use in their homes to do backdrops or things that they can do outdoors that can create those special memories and moments for their kids? Organize your inventory, right? Watch the webinars in the webinar library. We talked about that. If you are a member, you just go into ballooncoach.com member area, put in your username and your password, and you have access to all of those past webinars. Set up systems for growth. Make your employee manual. Some of you are like, I don't have any employees, but I want to expand in the future. I'm not sure what to do. You can write down what those procedures would be. Some of you already have staff and they weren't always doing exactly what you wanted to do. Now's the time that you can write those procedures down for them and have things ready when you're back up and going. Practice your balloon designs. If you're a person who loves to work with the balloons and create things, don't let this time be a time that you don't. Create new designs. Create the things that you've learned from other trainings and put those pictures out there. Be creative and fun with them. Write follow-up email templates, okay? Some of you have purchased Dubsado or have All Pro Web Tools from being at Balloonboss at our last event in Orlando. Use that time now to set the systems up for those automatic responders and the things that you need to collect information. And then stay connected, all right? This is a time that, yes, some of us are going to go through depressions. Some of us are going to have bad days. Some of us are going to have days where we just wake up crying. Other days we're going to wake up excited and ready to go. So when you're going through those peaks and valleys, share that with a friend in the industry. Reach out to us in Balloon Coach community. If you're part of my Balloonboss Mastermind program, reach out to us there. Stay connected during this time, but I encourage you not to be over connected on the internet because it's really easy to get drawn into all of the numbers and all the negativity and take on all of the weight of the world. That's one of those catch-22s with the wonderful modern technology, is that we are almost over connected sometimes because there's all this extra stimulus that takes us away from being focused. So I encourage you to stay connected, let people know how you're doing, do your best to be an uplifter and to stay front of mind so that when we're through this situation, people will reach out to you. But also, if you are providing services still, let people know what they are, okay? Any questions on what I covered with that? The bottom line is what I'm doing for me is I'm realizing that Saturday was my first day not working at the shop. Let me give you a personal story. Party People Events, I was so excited. We've opened up a retail shop attached to our warehouse. It's a 5,000 square foot space. It's awesome. Like it was like all my dreams coming true of like putting things into a store, having people come in and see what we do. And I have been working there 6 days a week. That's been my schedule for the last month and a half. And now with this, Saturday was my first day off. And we currently have the shop closed with a sign saying if you need balloons, you can go to our website and order or give us a call to place your order, because there was no reason for us to sit in the store with nobody coming in. And that was a bummer for me. I was really bummed not to be there because I was so excited. We had done our grand opening celebration. We had a ton of people in. People were coming in the next day asking for pricing and events that were coming up. Super excited on that roll. And then this happened. But here's the thing. I now need to set a new daily routine to get things done. We have a huge list with Party People Events of trainings that we want, of things that we want to do with our website that we're updating, because we've got a Balloon Suite website with Brandon Turpin that we're working on. He did his part, and we just have to do our part to get our pictures loaded in and our wording right. And now we have some time to do that. So I sometimes kind of feel like, well, that pause button was hit for us to get done all the things that we said we were going to get done, right? So I wanted to let you guys know that I understand what it's like to have your routine change from the normal of being super busy to now being at home or having some restrictions. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting back on my track of waking up at 6:30 in the morning starting tomorrow. I'm going to do my gratitude journal first thing. I'm going to be out on the street walking in my neighborhood by 7 a.m. to watch the sunrise, or at least see the sun up, listen to the birds chirping, and remind myself to breathe in and be grateful for what we have, right? And it's helping me continue on my journey to weight loss. So I'm going to start with that plan every day. From there, I am going to have time that I block out for doing things for my family and time for my business. So I encourage you guys to keep having a schedule. And yes, some days you may take it as, hey, this is my vacation day. I'm going to just chill out and have fun. But as you're being proactive in building your business and getting stronger and being ready for the rebound, for resilience, make a schedule and stick to it. So as we go through this time, I want you to remember your why, because I've seen a lot of people question me, why did I leave my full-time job in security to open up a balloon business and now to have everything yanked out from under me? That's tough, all right? But I want you to remember your why. Why is it that you got in the balloon industry? For me, I got in the balloon industry to have flexibility and to have time with my family. And the picture on the left is when my daughter was quite young, about 4 or 5 years old. We first started in the industry with the Princess Castle that I made. And then the picture on the right is my husband and daughter with me when we were celebrating the Party People grand opening just about a week and a half ago. So I got into the business to be able to do something that's creative, gives back to the world, and something that brings me joy. Vision for the future. Think about what it is that your vision is for the future with your business, with your life, with your family. For me, it's getting back into the store with Party People events and continuing full force. And we had massage therapists come to our grand opening, which was wonderful. It was a great way for the people who were there to relax and enjoy the space. And my vision is to be back there helping people celebrate. So, and to continue with our hands-on training every November. My prayer and hope is that everything is back to normal and we're good to go for that event, and helping people continue to grow and thrive. So if you have never done it before, I encourage you to create a vision board. So for those of you who have not heard about it, it's a part of my Balloonboss Mastermind program where you make your dreams into reality by putting them on paper so that you can see them every day. And I know this is a wild and crazy time to be talking about your dreams and your goals, but know why it is you do what you do and what you want for your future. And by looking at it every day, it helps it come to life. So a vision board is simple, a powerful visualization tool that helps you manifest your dreams into reality by putting the law of attraction to work, and it really works. So I've seen it over the years, and it's a great activity that you can even do as a family as a craft project during this time. So one of the things that a message has been put out is, one thing to remember: when the media gives you numbers, they intend to make the numbers sound huge. For instance, we saw today on the TV that there was 31,000 cases. Yikes, that's a lot. But there are 60, I can't even say the number. There's a lot more people. So the percentages, that sometimes we're worried that like everyone has this, but that's not the case. And it's not to downplay the people that are sick, but to point out how the numbers presented in media can often be super shocking to hear. Always check the math and the information. And when you're reading all the information online, do your research and check on things. And don't, again, it's not downplaying that this is happening, but also remembering that there's a bunch of people who are healthy and happy and they're wanting to thrive as soon as they're able to get back out to their normal routines. So what I would like to encourage you to do is create your steps for development. So as I talked about it, create your daily and weekly schedule. Keep a routine. Have a gratitude journal. When you wake up each morning and be grateful for the things that you have, it changes the way you look at the rest of your day. Because if instead you wake up and you've got this limiting mindset and you're like, oh man, my life stinks, my business isn't as busy as it was supposed to be. When you focus on that, then that's going to be your feel for the day. But when instead you work on changing it, the wiring of your mind and your heart by going, I'm grateful for this and the things that I have, you're going to see things in a different way. Set rewards for completing important tasks, okay? So, it might be that there's a certain movie that you're wanting to watch right now and say, okay, if I complete this task of these 3 things that I need to do for my business, I'll then get to go watch this movie. Or that you'll reward yourself with something else in the future, or maybe make a special meal for yourself. List all of the business goals that you have been putting off. All the things that you said, I'm too busy and I can't do it. Do those things now. Set time daily to work on your business, or at least several days a week. Have it scheduled that you're still working on your business. Set times for stress management. Do things that you enjoy and make you feel good. Let me say that one more time. Set times for stress management and the things that you enjoy. The other day I was on a conference call with some of my dear friends in the industry, and you could just see the stress on people's faces. And it is so important to take that time and to notice, yes, I am stressed out. Yes, I am worried about this. And please understand, I am not in any way, shape, or form downplaying the stress, downplaying the money loss. I understand all of that. Totally understand that. But I choose to not let that detour me from moving forward. And so if you're a person who has issues with depression and things, please make sure that you seek out help with that. If you're on medications for it, continue to take them. Seek out the help that you need to get through the situation, because I know there's different levels of anxiety and there's different levels of depression that can happen. And I'm not asking you just to gloss over it and ignore your feelings of that. But what I'm encouraging those who overall have not had severe anxiety and depression in the past, the more that you can uplift and encourage and help others, the more you're going to help yourself by staying focused in on the positive things that will happen in the future. So stress management, it helps your mind to work. It helps your heart and your body to be healthier. So be cognizant of how you're feeling and what you're doing, and make sure to spend time with your friends and family, whether it's that you're physically with them or that you're setting up online chats or on your phone doing Facebook Live, or I can't think of what the name is. What is that on your computer? I mean, on your phone, when you can go and just see them on that. I'm totally blanking out what that's called. FaceTime. So we are what we think was just being sent to me. And Gail said, this is so wonderful and uplifting. Thank you, Gail. I'm so glad that you're here. Your smile makes me happy every day that I get to interact with you. So the balloon industry has given me so much over the years, and I'm glad that I have the ability to be able to give back to you guys through this time. So just a reminder to breathe, and breathe deep. So I'm going to do something a little bit different for me. I just want to breathe with you for just 1 second, actually probably about 5. But I want to remind you that sometimes we forget how important it is to breathe in deep because we're going through life so busy. So right now, I want you all just to take a huge deep breath and just breathe in. Hold it and breathe out. Just that basic step of taking a long, deep breath, holding it, and then releasing it out can change the way your body is functioning, and can slow down your heart rate and can help you think and focus. That's why there's yoga. All right. So I'm just encouraging you over the next few weeks, when you're feeling yourself overwhelmed and you feel yourself going really, really quick, sometimes you just need to take a minute and breathe. So I'm going to share this. Keep climbing. Everyone wants to live on top of the mountain, but all the happiness and growth occurs while you're climbing it. Let's say that one more time. Everyone wants to live on top of the mountain, but all the happiness and growth occurs while you're climbing it. The reason that this rings to me is I used to teach outdoor education. When my husband and I met, we taught at Bradford Woods at Indiana University. I used to do rappelling, rock climbing, and teams building courses where we'd have people climb up 100 feet in the air and then get on a tree, on a ledge, and then hook into a zip line and then go down off the zip line and jump from this tree down to the bottom of the hill. And I had them on belay during that experience to keep them safe and harnessed in. And my job was to help people face their fears and to sometimes push themselves past what they thought that they could do. And what I found is in those situations is where we had growth and where we had happiness, because we were able to overcome obstacles and overcome the things that we were fearful of. So in this journey, remember that you're not alone and that there's always somebody in our balloon family that's here ready to give you a hand and lift you up and help you through these situations. So I encourage you to stay connected. Post the things that you're doing in Balloon Coach community. And like, it can even be that you're having a family day at home with your kids playing with balloons, right? And I want to invite you, if you're one of my Passport to Success members or my Balloonboss Mastermind members, our next webinar is going to be next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And these 4 lovely people, plus a few others, are going to be joining us for a panel webinar. And they're going to be talking about themselves, how they prepared for this situation, and what they're doing. Jonathan Gerber, he is amazing at finances. And it may not totally help you right now, but it can help you for the future of how he was able to prepare financially for having money in the bank to help through the situation. Liz Romani, you guys know her wonderful smile, and right now she's selling a lot of toilet paper. So people are asking about diversity. She works for a company that is kind of like a mini Costco in Indiana, where they sell food and toilet paper and party supplies and balloons. And so right now she's been selling a lot of toilet paper. Sharita Mathis Richardson, PhD. She works the business part-time and also has a full-time job as a professor online with her college, and she is an amazing woman. She came to our last event in Orlando in November and is on our staff for Balloon Boss Pro Summit. And I love the way that she looks at social media. I love the way that she jumps in and goes after her goals and her dreams to build her business. And I want you to understand her tenacity and her personality. And then Belinda Barrier is one of my best friends in the world. And Belinda Barrier is out of Jacksonville, Florida. And Belinda has been in the industry for a long time. And she has gone through 2008 with the market crash. And she has gone through so many other difficulties in our industry in the past and has kept growing and building her business. And in the time when we're all kind of frantic about our events being canceled, she actually signed papers for an additional building right next to the building she's currently in for her business on Monday. And so she is continuing with her plan for growth and expansion. So what's going to happen is next Tuesday on that live webinar, I'm going to have this panel discussion with this key group of people from our summit staff to be able to tell you the things that they've been doing in their lives to help prepare their business for future growth, the things that they did to prepare to be at this moment to be able to handle some of the difficult times, and to give you hope and other steps that you can take to keep on building. So wanted to let you know that if you have any questions about the online programs that I offer, let me know. It's $4,000 of online training. It's typically $97 a month, but I have a coupon for 50, and then the word off. And it allows you to have $47 for your first month. So if you're one of those people who've been wanting to get some training and you haven't been a part of my mastermind in the past, that is something that you can do. Send me an email, joette@ballooncoach.com, if you have any questions. I know some people are even asking me for some one-on-one time with them with my one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in any of that support, joette@ballooncoach.com. I'll be glad to help you out. The other thing that I want to throw out there for you is that there are a ton of blogs that I've written over the years. There's a lot of free webinars that are on my YouTube channel. This is a time you can ingest that information, put it to practice in your business, and continue to move forward. A reminder, let us all do our part to help and encourage one another. Together we will overcome this trying time and emerge stronger. Okay, so a really good song for all is by Johnny Diaz, Breathe, and it's easy to download. I believe that's from Diana. If you have any questions, please ask them now. I'll be glad to just have a chat at this point. We're going to make it. It's going to be one of those situations where we don't know exactly what to expect, but we're going to continue to move forward. The thing is if you're in a position where your sole income is based on the balloon industry and you don't have a lot of reserves, I'm encouraging you to look to see if there are jobs online or locally that you can jump into to help you through this time. Jonathan was just talking to our staff the other day at our staff meeting. We was talking about having to cut back and reduce the hours so that our company can continue on after the situation. And, you know, he said, you know, there's been times in his life where he needed extra money and he would even donate plasma or work for a pizza delivery place or go flip burgers. So sometimes we're going to have to make other provisions outside of our balloon industry to help us get through the tough times. But that's just like with any job that people have where they may get laid off or have a time that's just something as adults we have to do sometimes is do another job. In Balloon Coach community, if there are questions you have, let me know. If there are encouraging words that you want to share with others, if there are books that you are reading that are helping you and motivating you, put it up. And then Felicia says, I'd like to see the slide about the webinar special. Okay. So what it is when you go to ballooncoach.com and click on Balloonboss Mastermind, it says that it's $97 a month. You can type in the word 50 and then OFF and then hit apply, and it'll take it from $97 to $47 and it'll allow your first month of membership to be $47, and then after that it goes to the $97. What our monthly membership does is allow you to have access to the last 5 years of webinars, learning from different balloon professionals, from how to make a balloon drop to how to market your company, to how to deal with stress, how to dream big. So many different topics, and I have lots of lists of those up in Balloon Coach community. The other thing it does is it gives you access to our live webinar the 4th Tuesday of each month, where I either have a speaker or a group of speakers on different topics. Last month we talked about contracts with Todd Neufeld and insurance with Kenneth Baume. And then in the past, we've worked with Brandon Turpin on how to do things with your website and SEO. I've had several different people talk about SEO and Instagram and Facebook, and the list goes on. The other thing that happens with Balloonboss Mastermind is it is a private group for the members to ask me any questions, from how to write a contract to how to overcome a price objection, and I answer within 24 hours. And then we have a live Q&A the first Monday of each month with my Balloonboss Mastermind members to allow them to ask me any questions they want to help give that additional support. It allows me to provide group coaching for people who want that extra help and support, and kind of it's like phone a friend by being in the mastermind program. So thanks for asking. So for anybody who's on who doesn't know, I want to make sure that you've seen this. Ballooncoach.com is my website that I've been working on for 5 years, and I have a blog. So under the blog is a lot of great topics, and you can search. So I'm just going to show you how to do that real quick. On the blog, you can click over here where it says search, and you can type in, and I'm just going to put the word neon, because neon lighting is one of those questions that people always ask about. How do you put neon, how do you make the balloons glow like neon, right? So Neon Party Tips is right there. You can pick up that blog at any time, and read all the information. So I wanted to let you know that I do have that blog there if you've not seen it. For those of you who are asking me about the Mastermind program, you simply click on Mastermind. And when you go to Mastermind, you then, my internet's running slow because we're on a live feed. That is where you'll get the order form to be able to type in and put in the question. Sorry. All right. Oh, thank you. Someone's telling me that they are grateful for my hard work. I love giving back to our industry. It's been an amazing time being able to spread joy to so many. And that's the thing is right now, our world needs joy and uplifting. And so if you are creating designs where you know that you do not have the virus and you're not spreading it to other people, I would encourage you to read up on how the virus is spread and how long it can live on surfaces, because there are ways that you could have something and put it into the bag and let it be sitting around for 10 hours or 12 hours to make sure that there's nothing spread. But I'm not an expert on this virus, so that's something for you to look into if you are deciding to do deliveries. All right, I'm going to stop that because it's not working well. And this is my daughter Marley from when we did one of the parade workshops. It was so much fun. Team Conrad. So let me go here and just double check to see if anybody has any other questions. All right, I'm trying to page down. So guys, thank you so much for being a part of today's live free webinar. I'm glad that you're here. I know that we have so much creativity, so much energy to spread joy and love, and that together we can make it through this situation, be resilient, and come out stronger on the other side. The key is for you guys to keep on moving forward daily. Set those schedules, set time for your mental health, take care of you and your family. That's number one. But then rather than just sitting around binge watching Netflix all day long, go ahead and do those laundry lists of things that you have for your business that you've been meaning to do and haven't done. This is a great time to do that. And for all of those of you who are a part of our Balloon Boss Mastermind and our Passport to Success program, I look forward to seeing you next week with our next webinar. Again, Balloon Coach Community is my Facebook group. If you have any other questions, tips, and hints as we go through this time, put them there. Wishing you many blessings. Take care and thanks for being here.